Now here's an interesting little poem which I love that I picked up. It says, "What horror to awake at night and in the dimness see the light. Time is white, mosquitoes bite. I've spent my life on nothing." I like it. Don't ask me why.
Because after all, if you spend your life on nothing, you wouldn't like that. Or would you?
Well, I don't seem to be involved with doing nothing. I seem to be involved with something.
Yeah.
So, turned out to be beautiful. Really, it's going to be summertime. It is practically summertime. Marvelous time of the year, Doc.
Yeah, I hope summer comes in its full fury.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for the artists of the future?
Well, it's interesting that you say the artist of the future. I mean, what advice? You might as well say, what advice do I have for the artist now?
It's the same.
Work. To work. Don't negate, don't neglect history.
What do you mean by that?
Look at paintings. Current history or past history, look at paintings. Especially when you're open, when you feel open, when you wake up fresh from your dreams.
To get stimulation from it, or what?
To get information, knowledge, stimulation, everything. Sometimes I'll go up to the Met. I'll be working on a piece and I can't find what I need to continue, or for a part of the picture I'm working on. And I'll go up to the Met, and I don't even know why. I'll go in follow a certain direction. I'll walk up to look at the Impressionists. Then I'll go down and look at Franz Hals. And I don't really know why, but I know that somewhere I have a good chance of picking up what I need to continue what I'm doing here in the studio, you see? And then there's the information of it. That's where you learn your art, by looking at what they were doing. I mean, the piece is right in front of you. You don't have someone saying to you, do it this way or do that and this will happen, or, you have the piece right in front of you. You can see everything that's going on. You see exactly what the artist did, basically, Of course, if you're looking at a Rembrandt or you're looking at Veronese, you have to read a little bit about what they did, about the process, if you're interested in that, about the way they built up the canvas. But basically, you can see what the artist is involved with, and that's my advice, to work and don't neglect the history of painting, current or past. They talk about luck, right? But the more you practice, the luckier you get.
Why is that?
It's like saying practice makes perfect. I'm basically saying practice also creates more possibility. The more you work, the more you practice, the more possibility you're creating.
In other words, it's like taking more chances in the lottery.
Right, and so you may get lucky, I think probably a person who has like 1,000 numbers in the lottery will win before a person that has one number, don't you think so? There's more of a chance. There's 1,000 more chances.
The odds get better.
As difficult as it is, there's 1,000 more chances of being lucky, of getting lucky, of your number being picked. The same idea. I don't know.
Do you want to show more art, or do you want to talk about art?
What do you want to do, though?
Well, what does the artist want to do?
Well, I feel a little bit lazy right now.
Okay.
And when I'm lazy, it's easier to talk than to move my ass around fetching pictures.
Okay. How about which artist? Did you want to show me something?
Well,
I was going to say, which artist do do you think that are in your historical frame, or that you think are great, or what?
Well, every artist has something, you know. Like, I like to think that I love Vincent van Gogh, and I'm a lover of Tintoretto, Titian, you know. But, you know, one day I was standing in the Met, and I was looking at a Watteau, and I just couldn't believe the way that picture was painted. And at that moment, I realized this guy is one of the greatest artists that ever lived. So even artists that you don't look at, one day you'll be looking at them, and you'll see something, you'll realize something, you'll get into that particular artist's craft and what he was thinking and what he was interested in. And suddenly you realize that you begin to get involved with that artist. Watteau is an incredible artist. The Fragonard, you know, people that seem to be light, you know, they're not really light. You know, they're not lighter artists. Some of their figures might be laughing. Some of the people in some of their paintings, like you take a Franz Hals, you know, those great laughing figures holding the steins of beer and all that bullshit, you know. They're unbelievable, those Franz Hals. They're fantastic paintings. I mean, I can't say Van Gogh is better than Franz Hals. You know? Of course, nobody knows the Franz Hals story. Everybody knows the Van Gogh story.
What is the Franz Hals story?
Well, I don't know it myself. I know one thing. I heard it, maybe hearsay. They say Franz Hals had about 15 or 16 children and spent about 5 years in jail because he couldn't pay his debts. I heard that. I don't know how true it is. You know, I never read a biography. It's ridiculous. I never read Van Gogh, I read just about everything that was written about. His correspondence, not just his correspondence with his brother, but with Van Rappen, a painter named Van Rappen that no one ever heard of. I know everything about him.
You mean Van Rappen?
Van Rappen.
R-A-P-I-D?
Yeah, R-A-P-P-A-R-D.
He wrote about Van Gogh?
No, they wrote to each other. He was another painter living in Holland when Van Gogh was
I see.
living and working there. And they wrote, they corresponded, and they expressed their ideas to each other. And I read everything about Van Gogh, you know. But Franz Hals, I read nothing about, virtually nothing.
How about Gauguin?
Gauguin, I know a lot about. I read a lot.
What do you think of him?
Well, I don't agree with Cezanne when he said Gauguin painted nothing but Chinese pictures. You know, I think that the greatest artists that ever lived were Van Gogh, Gauguin, and Cezanne. Even though they may not have had high opinions of each other, you know, that's the way it is. Jealousy and envy. But Gauguin was special. No one ever did. No one ever did like Gauguin. He's an original, total original. Went to Tahiti, made those magnificent portraits, absolutely magnificent, of Tahitian life, you know. Unsurpassed. Beautifully painted pictures. So it's, you can't really look at it as this one is better. You know, they all have something interesting.
Are you expressing your feelings through art similarly to a musician or a composer expressing his feelings through sound, or the dancer through motion and movement?
I think it's all exactly the same. Yeah. Absolutely. What's the difference? Absolutely.
Have you chosen to be a visual artist, or is that what you're suited for?
I fell into it. See, everything, just about everything I ever chose in life, I didn't really choose, in a sense. Well, in one sense I chose, in another sense elapsed into it. You know, it's like I got into things I always elected to do what was the least uninteresting thing to do. In other words,
Well, the most interesting.
painting to me was when I became a painter, when I decided I was going to be a painter. It was the least disagreeable thing to do, you know, the least painful thing for me to do. I was looking at a lot of different things at the time, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much that I loved it, it was that my love for it grew as I moved along with what I was doing, see? But when I got into it, it's just like I was thinking, well, this is the thing I don't dislike doing. I dislike doing that, I dislike doing that.
Well, you don't dislike doing music
You mean listening?
or playing it.
No, but I'm saying as far as doing, you know, getting into something, it seemed to me that this was the least disagreeable thing to do. Let me put it that way.
Well, you play the harmonica.
Yeah.
Is that disagreeable at all?
No,
Or-
no.
Well, which do you love more, painting or playing the harmonica?
Playing the harmonica.
You love that more?
Sure.
Then why don't you do that?
Because playing the harmonica is pure play. All I do is to take the harmonica to my lips and roll my tongue around and move my lips a little and breathe out, and I'm making sound. I don't have, here I have to work my ass off. Are you kidding?
Well, why not do something that was easier?
I can't just go around all my life with the harmonica in my mouth, you know?
Well, Chopin goes around all his life.
Well, that's different.
With a piano.
What he's doing is working his ass off. He's writing music for the piano. He's playing the piano. He's busting his nuts, you know? I'm busting my nuts with this stuff. Here, look. This is a song and a dance, so to speak. All I do is open a bag. I'm like a magician when it comes to this. There's no effort at all. See, that's why I couldn't do this, just walk around doing this all my life. Sure, it's play. This is play for me, see? I like it, I love it. I get a kick out of it. I have to have more tension. Let me put it that way. I have to have more tension.
In other words, it's a harder job, but you prefer the harder road. The less traveled road, the more difficult road.
I like the challenge.
And music wasn't that much of a challenge to you.
No. Not that it's an easy thing to do, but I picked up the harmonica in a minute. I mean, just listen to a few records. I put the harmonica to my lips. I imitated what Sonny Terry was doing. Just followed the record. I imitated what not Lightning Hopkins, Sonny Boy Williamson. And I'm playing the harmonica, you know. There's a beauty about it. I love to do it, you know. I know I get good sounds.
But it was not a great challenge because you could do that.
Yeah, no great.
Easily.
This is the challenge. Let me show you. This is I think I ought to show you while we're into this word thing. I just want to show you how this image came about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I say that, I want to show you how I started. First of all, the reason why I abandoned, I liked Bruno Paramount, what's his name? Palmer-Poroner, the editor of Art Speak. What's his name? Bruno Palmer-Poroner or Paramount. Anyway, he's a very lovely guy. I like what he said. He wrote a review of my show at Soho, and he said, "A painter lost a painting." No one will ever write a more beautiful line about me as a painter. That was like giving me a bouquet of flowers.
What did he say?
The review itself, now, in the review he praises me.
Yeah.
In all kinds of ways for what I'm doing with the wires, you know? But nothing he said in the review was as interesting as the title, A Painter Lost to Painting.
Lost to painting.
Meaning that
you were totally in
the brush and the oil to fuck around with these wires, you know?
I see. He didn't think of this as painting.
Right, but what Bruno doesn't know is that this is painting. That's what he doesn't know. And it is hard to convince some people that this is painting. But let me show you. I just wanted to, it all started, see what happened was this. I got tired. Here's what I mean by whatever I fell into, whatever I do, it's because I don't want to do the other thing. It's not so much that I want to do the thing I'm doing, it's that I don't want to do the other things. Like, I got tired of stretching canvases after 20 years of stretching canvases to do painting. I said, I'm not going to stretch another canvas as long as I live. I can't take it anymore. So I started to do this. I think this was the first one. This is called